This past week has been exhausting, as I'm sure many of you can also relate. I'm going to be discussing in this video my relationship with Ryan Haywood and the patterns that I have now just come to realize after talking to so many girls with similar stories with me, with similar traits as me. I think that the community deserves more information because we all admire this man. We have that in common. Of course, I can't talk about other girls' experiences. That is up to them if they want to share or not. But I have just been seeing so many comments on Reddit and Twitter, and especially on Tessa's video, of so many people blaming her and so many people saying, oh, it's 50-50, how could she lie about her age by a year, and Ryan just made a mistake. I'm here to say that this was a mistake and he doesn't deserve your empathy. The people he engaged with does. I and others need the community now more than ever to back us up. It all started when Ryan made an Instagram in August 2017. I was 17 years old, and I DM'd him just as a fan, telling him how much I admired him and loved him. He replied back and I was ecstatic. We went back and forth, just joking and being really friendly. That was until he checked my Instagram and he saw my pictures. He then changed tones and instantly was kind of flirty, saying, I'd show you, but I'm about to hop in the shower, so it'll be a lot more of a show than anyone wants. I laugh it off as maybe his sense of humor is a little bit weird. He's new to Instagram, to the internet. It doesn't hit me that he's actually flirting and trying to start something sexually until I ask him how his day is, and it turns out he's at PAX in a hotel by himself and says, can I join? I say, wow, what does a party with Ryan consist of? He says, depend on what kind of package you're looking for, with a winky face. And I'm still trying to play dumb here, and I'm like, what's the dad package? And he says, depends, are you looking for the dad package or the daddy package? And at this point, okay, I'm not that dumb. I'm fully aware mostly that, he's trying to start something. I ask him eventually, what's the situation with you and your wife? Honestly, he gave me kind of a sob story of saying that he does love her. He deeply does, but that the one thing that they've been missing in their happy marriage is just the physical intimacy. I know it's no excuse, and I'm so sorry to Lori, but I guess my reasoning was that I thought that maybe if I could satisfy his physical needs, then his marriage could continue to stay happy and loving and nothing would change. I thought that maybe it was a win-win for everyone. It's kind of stupid. I'm sorry. I thought that was the solution. I asked him if he slept with fans before, and he said one time a long time ago, but they don't anymore. And I felt like just the exception. And I thought if I could sleep with him without any romantic feelings, without asking for anything, he wouldn't have to risk his career by asking another fan or risking his marriage. Clearly, I was foolish and very, very wrong, but we started sexting consistently after that, and in September was when Achievement Hunter was doing something in LA, I'm not sure, and Ryan came, we got a hotel, and it was September 23, 2017, when I lost my virginity to him. Ryan knew I was a virgin. Hell, I think he was very excited about it, telling me things like, I'll teach you how to really please a man, and he never really asked for my age. He asked me if I was in high school or college, and I was in college. But side note, if you're doing something, you're a man asking a girl if she's in high school or college, it's probably a good sign to not sleep with her. But that's just my opinion. He asked me on the day whenever I was ready to have sex, just tell him. And I said, yeah, I'm ready. And instantly he ripped my dress off. He put a condom on without any prep or foreplay. He just penetrated me. And of course, as a virgin, without any help, and I was a teen, that didn't work out. And his smart solution was just to take the condom off and just finger me for like less than a minute and then put himself back in. It lasted hours and it was very rough. In November, I got into a relationship. So the sexual relationship between Ryan and I ended. He always checked in with me every few months just to see how I was doing, if I was single, how's it at school. He built this sense that we were really friends. I wasn't just someone he had sex with. I really thought that Ryan cared for me. He created a safe place for me, for years to be open and vulnerable with him. He once held me at RTX 2018 after I told him about some mental health issues. It was so hard to even think about coming out or seeing anything wrong with what happened. I always thought I had the perfect first time story. I didn't think I was a victim. It wasn't until very recently with Tessa's video that I began to talk to other people with the exact same story as me, and I began to have the realization of what actually happened. I wasn't special like he always told me I was. I wasn't the exception. I wasn't some beautiful fan that he just couldn't resist. I was just another young fan that admired him, that was inexperienced, that he could manipulate and take advantage of. I don't think it's a coincidence that almost all the fans that he sexually engaged with have major mental health issues. I don't think it's a coincidence many of us were virgins or teens to their 20s. I remember when it was so hard for me to be naked and Ryan noticed and said, "I hate that you don't see what I see. But on the other hand, I guess I'm glad, because if you weren't so insecure, if you didn't know how hot you were, you wouldn't be sleeping with me." So yes, I think it's a pattern. I think it's a pattern that all predators have, whether you accept it or not. They can tell who is easy to lie to. Ryan knew he had me loyal in every single way, because on the second time we saw things back up, I admitted to him that I was underage when we had sex. And he told me, "Well, I trust you more than anyone." His recent post of I wasn't doing anything illegal is fucking bullshit. And, he almost got away with it too, because I genuinely wasn't going to reach out to Tess. I wasn't going to make a video. I wasn't going to say anything. I was conflicted. I was crying because this is the man that I cared for and I trusted. This is the man I wanted to protect. I never wanted his career ruined. I wanted to protect his marriage, even though I know that sounds dumb. It sinks more and more that he is not a good person and didn't deserve my trust or admiration or empathy, and he doesn't deserve yours. My story and Tessa's story are not exceptions. These are not mistakes. Just like how we are careful around bosses and employees because of power dynamics, we should be equally as careful with big age groups or with a relationship such as a celebrity and a fan. He doesn't deserve any compassion. The girls he's been with does. That should be the priority. I think I do, because this man was my first time, and he took off his condom without my consent and put it in me, and he almost gave me HPV. Like, thank God my high school made us all get a shot, Jokes aside, I think it is disgusting how many fans he has unprotected sex with. I hope that hearing my story and what I've been through can just help this community better understand the situation a little bit more, even if you don't have the full picture yet. Give us some understanding, give us some love. We need to be together and support each other more than ever now, because there's girls right now that are still silenced, and I don't even have the worst story. I really hope that this incident doesn't have to be a thing that breaks our community. It could be a thing that unites us. We can just be there for each other more. And that's it. I hope that you guys have a good day. Thank you for listening. I know it's hard. I know.